Alright everybody, welcome back to my Dark Souls first run through. As you can see, I've been farming my ass off for this Dark Wraith armor, and I must say it looks pretty legit. Got the sword and everything. So I am glad that you can pretty much at the beginning of the game get this armor set. It'd be cool for other builds. I'm not gonna use it. As cool as it looks, I'm not gonna use it. It doesn't fit this particular character. I don't think, like, not what I have in mind for it anyways. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to this shit. There's no kind of about it. I'm a big ass nerd when it comes to this shit, so I kind of roleplay, you know, when I'm playing it. I mean, it's part of the immersive experience of the game. It makes it more enjoyable if you, like, have a character, you know, in your mind or whatever. You create a story, a background story for him and everything, and that's kind of sort of what I do. The main reason why I farmed it was just to see if it was possible to get his equipment, because in the other, like in the first Dark Souls, you can get their equipment from farming them, but for the, you know, for the sword, it was like a special covenant thing to get the sword. So I just wanted to see if it would be just as much of a pain in the ass in this one, or if you can just, you know, just farm that nigga over and over again, and you can, which is cool. And I really like this sword. The secondary character I built, which I kind of built prematurely just because I had to, you know, fight that boss again that didn't record last time. He's more of a, like, it would fit his build later. Maybe I'll show you that build in detail sometime. But I mean, I already got ideas for what I want to do with this, so I'm just glad to see how I can do it. You know, it won't be such a pain in the ass to get this armor. I don't have to wait till the end of the game to get the armor like I did in the first Dark Souls, so that's kind of cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch my equipment back. I do got some new shit too, like more Estus flasks and all that. It was a result of the farming I did. I'll show you guys that too real quick, but let me just put my gear back on the way I actually want it to be. Wonder if this is better, slightly. Alright, so that's more like it. Opted for the kite shield instead. I think it looks a little better with the knight. I kind of like the look of that better than the actual knight shield. I put it back in the box, but I kind of like the kite shield a bit better. They're the same weight, so it's not that big a deal. Oh, might want to carry this too. Can I? Alright, I can still fast roll. That's cool. I wonder if I can wear the other helmet. Okay, I like the look of this helmet a bit better than the one you start with. So you get a lot of souls from that Dark Wraith, and since I had to fight him over and over and over to get all that stuff, I ended up with a ton of souls. So I leveled up a bit, and then since I had so many souls, I went ahead and bought that key from this lady here that costs 20,000 souls. And what it's for, actually, is if you go all the way to the top of the... Actually, let me just go up here. Just go up there and show you. So if you... I don't know why this mist shows up every time. I don't know what the deal with that is. I don't know if that's like the game loading, like in a clever way or what. But yeah, you come through, you go all the way up and you come through here, and the door that key unlocks is right here. And then in there you can find a firekeeper soul. It actually unlocks this ladder too. You go up that bridge and you kind of drop down to kick that ladder down. But you find a firekeeper soul there. There's a ring here. The Estus ring, which increases the power of your Estus flask, you know, by wearing the ring, so that's cool. You get this ring in there too. And also, there's a Estus flask shard up there as well. The Firekeeper soul, you give it to the Firekeeper. I never noticed that one of those giants was right there. Shit. Anyway, so you give the Firekeeper soul to the Firekeeper, of course. It says it gives her the power to heal like a dark something. I don't know exactly what that means yet. I hadn't figured it out. Maybe it's something that happens to you later on, or it's some form of curse, but basically it just gives a Firekeeper
Speak that.
they heal the dark sigil. I don't know what the dark sigil is yet, but whenever I assume it's bad since you can heal it, so that's what that does. But let's go ahead and go back where we left off here. So they're gone now. And this is our next area here. Let's see what we can get into. Yeah, these motherfuckers stab you with a tree. There's a whole lot of them down there. I don't know if I want to fight that many at once. I was not expecting somebody to do that. I kind of wish I could wear the full night set. But right now it's just too heavy to wear. I get my ass handed to me. That's gonna come in handy later. Let's try to hit this Mountain Dew. Oh damn, were they like hanging niggas up on this? That's morbid as hell. There's some items down there. Oh, and there's a big ass monster. We won't mess with that yet. Let's go. Just kind of stay over here for now. I kind of feel bad for farming so much because I'm kind of OP right now. It just comes with the territory. That's usually, to be honest with you, that's how it happens. Whenever I play a Souls game, well, ever since the first one, Well, since Demon Souls, I should say. Demon Souls was the biggest struggle for me when it comes to playing these games. Not because it was so hard. I mean, it's actually the easiest of all of them. And then next, I would say Demon Souls by far is the easiest that I've played. And then the second easiest would be, I don't know, it's a toss-up between either this one or Bloodborne. But I think what made the others easier was how my playstyle changed, because Demon Souls, I kind of just went through it. You know, I didn't really do any farming or anything. You know, it just wasn't a thing to do. But what changed it is that you get I got an idea of how the game works, and you just kind of want to see. You get curious on your first playthrough, and you kind of want to see, you know, what kind of items you can get to get an idea of what kind of characters you want to make and whatnot for, you know, additional plays, especially if you like kind of role play it. So on my first playthrough, every time I end up farming the hell out of areas, not for soul level per se, but just to get items, and getting souls just kind of comes with that territory. So like on my first playthrough, my character is usually OP because of that, like the first character I use, which is why I try to make them basic as I can, to kind of, you know, keep the gameplay fair and challenging. So I tend to make my first playthrough with just the default character. I usually just look at the character build that's on the box of the game, because they usually just have like a default guy on the game cases, like in Demon Souls it was the, you know, just the knight class, the basic knight class. It was the same thing with this one. Dark Souls, the first Dark Souls, it was the you know, the elite knight class, the Knight of Astoria. And then Dark Souls 2, the default guy, surprisingly, was the what's it called, the Farnham Knight, whatever, which is an armor set you actually get at the end of the game. So that was a bit better because you kind of had to work for getting your default guy. And then on this one, I could be wrong, but it appears to me that the guy on the box is just the default knight guy, which is kind of how I want to keep this guy. I just can't. There's a lot of those things down there. I just can't wear the full set and keep my fast roll. That fast roll is important. It can save your ass. So when I get strong enough to carry heavier stuff, then little by little I'll add the pieces back. I try to match up their weapons too. Like, but you can't always do that. Like in Demon Souls, it looked like he was just carrying the long sword, which you can actually, the long sword was a good sword for a while. Like in Demon Souls, in the original Dark Souls, you can actually play through the whole game with just that sword and be fine. You know, just level it up to +10, and I mean, sure, there were stronger swords, but it wasn't really a struggle playing with the long sword. This one here, the cover art doesn't really show what equipment the default guy is using, so I figured I'd just use what I found to be my favorite sword from Dark Souls 2, which was the Claymore. My first playthrough of Dark Souls 2, I actually used the Bastard Sword through the whole game, because you could clearly see that's what sword he had on the, you know, on the cover art. Like if you got the, I don't know if the cover art differs, like the one I got was the Black Armor Edition. And it kind of showed the Farnham Knight leaning up against his his bastard sword, so that's what I used. Which was a good sword. I mean, in the end, I really did like that sword, but it just turned out I liked the claymore better just because of the thrust attack. They were pretty much the same sword, which I noticed they are in this too. I looked at the stats on it, and strength-wise they're the same. It's just they have a different moveset. This one behaves like a bigger version of the longsword, and the bastard sword behaves like a bigger version of the broadsword, which was another good sword in the older games. The broadsword was really beast in Demon Souls because it had the because it was a straight sword, but it behaved like a curved sword in regards to to status damage. It actually caused bleed damage. And bleed damage was boss in Demon Souls. Like in Dark Souls, it just kind of took off more health. But in Demon Souls, bleed had like the same effect that like poison would have. It would do, you know, damage over time. I always thought that was cool. It actually made more sense to me too, because it was like they were actually bleeding out versus just taking a big chunk of their health away when you filled the bar up. Finding the bonfire wasn't that big of a deal. I am not for certain I want to fight that thing. There's something there. I want that item. There's more items over there too. Okay, let's go for those. If I get got, I get got. Oh wait, something's coming after me. Shit. Damn it, I can't get out the way fast enough. Okay, I don't know why that block didn't work. I gotta position myself better. This Mountain Dew real quick. That'll come in handy. And he gave me my Kool-Aid back. See, I'm debating running across this swamp to get that item over there. I have a lot of souls right now. I don't really want to lose them. Okay, here's what we'll do.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Okay, we'll just level up. We'll do vitality for now. I really want to get to the point where I can wear the full night set
Ashen.
without losing my fast roll. Still not there yet. See if I can wear these gloves. Okay, I can wear those so I can get a little bit stronger. They look stupid though. Almost there. That's too much. Just mess around with this road. That's still too much. I'll tell you what, we'll just go ahead and keep him the way he was for now. I think with another soul level we could probably add on a heavier piece of armor. In Dark Souls 2 by now I would have had some type of ring that makes it so I can hold carry heavier items and keep my roll, but I'm just not quite there yet. Alright, so I only got 2k souls. I don't mind losing this. So we'll go ahead and grab that. It's an armor set. I actually could have done that without going back to Firelink, but better safe than sorry, I guess. I don't know if that's an NPC or an enemy. That's an enemy. He looks like he's not fucking around either. We'll deal with that guy later. Let's see. Pick up all this stuff. And now that I'm here, I don't think there's a way back across to get to where I was at. aggro those big ass crab monsters. Oh, there comes another one of those. Dude, does he look as hardcore as the other dude? Oh, he's worse. Wow. Definitely is cool looking. It's got a fast roll too. Got a really fast roll. Somehow his partner saw me. It's for certain a dexterity build. Yeah, I really didn't want to end up fighting two of these guys. Some items out of it, out of the deal. Really dropped his club, that's cool. Alright. Actually kind of lucked out there, so if I can just take this guy out. They don't have much poise to be so big and carrying such heavy armor. I guess that armor just looks heavy. Oh, that stupid ass kick is getting on my nerves. Wow. That's why he was using that kick over and over again. The Exile Greatsword. So, you know what that means? That means I am going to, at some point, farm this place over and over again to see if I can get their armor set. Turn back, it says. Let's see what the Fallen Knight Helm. That's cool. It's lighter. It's comparative to what I'm wearing. Okay, that's kind of what they were. I guess I don't have to farm them for that set. Get it, except this one has a hood. I don't think what they were wearing did, but it was actually quite cool looking. There's even that, it's that light, that little lantern that you carry. It doesn't have a light in it anymore. Actually a pretty cool armor set. It'll be cool to wear if you're making like a, I could see like a pyromancer using it, or if you were making like some type of wandering swordsman type character, or even a spell sword will look cool because it has that little robe, the trench coat thing. Physical is 25. Let's put our outfit back on. Alright, so it's definitely better. Okay, so the only thing we have to worry about is getting strong enough to wear the boots now. Which I think I can wear these. They might be too heavy, let's see. Almost. Like we're still wearing this for a while. I can at least get the benefit of wearing this helmet. I don't want to mess up our look, but that is a cool armor set. Wonder if you have to cross that bridge at some point. Let's see what's down here. Oh, there's another bonfire. It's convenient. I don't know what that noise is, though. You know what? Let's see if those things came back. That was a one-time deal. They gave me their weapon right away, so it leads me to think that it's a one-time deal, but let's just see. And yeah, if they don't come back, that's it. What all those squishy noises are. Come here. Oh, that's what it is. Quench 3 flames and open the door to wolf split. The good old poison swamp area. My soul's king without that. Ragged mask. Okay, it doesn't slow you down too bad. So extinguish the flames there. Not entirely sure how I do that. That's something we're gonna have to figure out. I wonder if poison is better. Yeah, it's to help with the poisonous fumes. What's the poison? It's actually less effective against poison. Wearing this mask will serve me. What about this? Nope. This mask is the only thing I got that protects me from poison. Wondering how you extinguish these flames. Don't shoot arrows in it. Definitely not against sniping on a Souls game. Not that those slug things are hard or anything, I just don't want to be standing in that poison fighting stuff. The last thing you want is to get poisoned. This is a cool looking area though. A lot of items here. This one first. An Estus shard already. Those are really easy to find in this. I think the reason why though is because there's two versions of an Estus flask. Like one for your MP and the other for health. You kind of allocate between how many of each you want to carry, so because of that it looks like they give you a ton of them, so you can carry plenty of each, I guess, you know, as a balance for, you know, someone who uses a pyromancer, sorcerer, or, you know, one of those miracle workers or the clerics or priests or whatever. So that'll definitely be cool for... I've never actually made a build that uses sorcery though. I mean, I've done miracle builds, and like I've done faith builds and pyromancy builds. I've never actually done a sorcery build though. But my main thing is just like either strength builds or dexterity builds. So because of that, I'm gonna end up with like 1,000,000 of those Estus flasks for health. farm. This is gonna get annoying. Rotten pine resin. Go. There's bound to be something cool in these swamps, but poison damage, I don't feel like dealing with that. There's an item to pick up. That'll help. We might just have to do that. Is that what I think it is? Yes, it is. It's a dark wraith. So I was thinking that that dark wraith was the only one in the game, that it was just a remnant of the, you know, the past games, but I guess they're still around. Kind of upsetting in a way, because I guess I didn't have to farm in that one spot over and over again. They're around. That's interesting. There's a dark wraith there. Kind of makes you wonder what the history of this place is. Like, why does the dark wraith still exist here? Is there an item back there? That doesn't look like it. Oh, what the heck? Some type of reject from Bloodborne. Okay, so that happened. Alright. Well, I'm gonna end this video right here with that death, with that L I just took, and we'll pick it right back up there. Pick it back up in just a sec.